Yeah.
Hey, Tim.
Yeah.
Hey. It's a down moment. You guys just shot the trailer for Renegades. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, Star Trek Renegades.
Since you're kind of held hostage here. For a minute.
Star Trek Renegades involves a couple of the main characters from the previous series, Star Trek series. Myself, Tuvok's character, Chekhov as well. It takes place about 7 years after Voyager has returned, and it takes Star Trek to the more or less the outer edges and fringes of the Federation, and that also not only logistically but also in terms of culture, in terms of the structure of the people involved, and the characters and relationships, and what they're doing. So we're sort of moving Star Trek forward and more to the I want to say rebel renegade sort of edge in terms of storyline and things. So our characters are going to be, pushing the limits on what we've seen. We're going to be changing the whole style and look of the piece, and it's going to be a different type of story. Yeah. Should be very exciting.
Darker and
definitely darker and
edgier. Shadows. Yeah. But it's still Star Trek. It's not. We're not plunging off a cliff with Gene Roddenberry's.
It's still
baby,
Star Trek.
Right?
It is still Star Trek.
Yeah. There's a uplifting hope. So we were laughing a minute ago. I was saying this is. I don't think you remember. This is the first time you had the ears on. You were thinking since.
Oh, probably since either the tour or the Star Trek of Gods and Men.
Of Gods and Men, but I was the little tour movie, which didn't last for. They started it and then decided to pull the whole theater thing. But that was But this is the first time since.
It's been a while. It's a number of years actually. But we always find ourselves coming back, don't we?
Yeah. But you're obviously you're directing, not just being in it.
Yeah.
And what about? I mean, you're off doing other things, other projects. You don't have any. I don't say any qualm, but doing a Star Trek piece like this, you have to professionally. There's the thing about moving on, but you're always part of Star Trek, right? So, what is that for you when you look at something like this?
Well, it is. I think when I signed up for the ride on the franchise, as it were, to play this character in the series, I knew that it had a history, and that many of the characters, even from the original series, are still involved in doing and working on projects. I mean, they did the feature films, and there's still the conventions and other projects that are offshoots from this. So. Yeah, I knew that was coming to some degree, and sure enough, I have found myself returning to not only involvement with the fans at conventions, but also doing the real-time shooting as the character, again brought back for a different storyline, a different concept, and everything from, like we said before, the tour, the Star Trek tour that we worked on and did some footage for that, all the way to another independent feature, perhaps. Web series, whatever it may be. So yeah, there's definitely a chance to come back to playing him.
Yeah, but an independent feature is kind of a hump to get over. To make sure you want to make sure it's a good script and respectable and good production value.
Project, yes.
And you're directing, so you know the director. But
but if we have the same many of the same folks that were involved with us on Gods and Men back with us again for this next project. And focus on making it, working on it and getting the details done and doing it right. We turned out a really excellent property this last time, and we'd like to turn out another one, even with, preferably with more help and funding from the fans and from others who wish to invest in the project. We're going to try to do even something bigger and grander this time around.
There's Kickstarter now where there wasn't.
Didn't exist when we did the other project.
And we were laughing about when you had the ears on last, but Gods and Men was. What, 05, 06?
05, 06, yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, since that time, Kickstarter and Indie Films A Go-Go is also out. Yeah. And many people are trying to raise backing for their projects. We're putting our hat in the ring because there's a huge fan base worldwide to support Trek. And people may want to very well pitch in and see, get on board and see what's happening. There are no series on air right now, so
and people are feeling that.
People are feeling it, and they're hungry, I think, for some more storylines, and again to revisit their characters and also new characters in many cases. So to be able to see them in this environment and this storyline here again, taking it a step further from what we've seen traditionally in Trek, and really pushing the envelope on what storylines and character relationships we can come up with. It's very important to see to give them an opportunity to get involved in something like that. Yeah.
And real quick, what else is going on with you? Anything we should know about?
I'm still playing music with my band once or twice a month here in LA, and also still just doing some voiceover work as well, and working on television shows. I just finished something called Soul Man with and Cedric the Entertainer, and also the new iCarly spinoff, Gibby, playing the same character I played on iCarly, Principal Franklin.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Right. Anyway, Tim, thanks a lot. I'll let you finish getting out of your. Have you got one of your ears handy, or are they all like trash? Just so people know, we're on the up and up.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tim.
You got it. Thank you. Here's an ear.
Cost you an arm and a leg and an ear to work in this place.
And an ear.
And an ear. Okay. Thanks a lot.